Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Tanek127 and welcome back to Tanek FPS. And in today's video, I got a pretty deep discussion I do want to have with you guys, but before we get into today's video, I do want to make it clear that I have no harsh feelings or notions towards the dev team, the community team, publisher, anything like that when it comes to Leap game. My wishes for Leap is I want this game to succeed. I want it to grow. I want it to become, just massive and stuff like that. And hell, they even made me my own custom spray inside the early access PC version of this game. Hell yeah, I want this to succeed, man. It's one of the coolest groups of developers and everything I've ever got to work with, doing content and stuff like that in any game. So trust me, my goal here is the future of this game. I don't want anyone to get my words twisted and stuff like that in this video. But with that being said, I gotta be honest. I gotta talk about how I'm feeling. And I know this video I may come off, a little console fanboyish, but there's a reason for that. And I'm gonna have examples to back up my reasons in today's commentary. So, let's go ahead and get straight into it. I am really worried and concerned about Leap. Leap is making very interesting decisions throughout its development cycle that I find kind of, especially in today's shooter market and stuff like that. Because let's be realistic. A lot of shooters today are adopting a more free to play, microtransaction based, cosmetic only model. Leap is steering away from that a little bit. Leap has an entry fee. I think it's like $20 or $30 for early access or something like that. And the thing is, that's early access. Usually when games step out of early access, they usually get a price bump of like anywhere between $5 and $15. So, and the reason that concerns me is because not only will the PC version probably increase in price later, but that also means when it finally launches on PlayStation, or if it does come to any other consoles, it'll probably get an increased price hike on those platforms as well. And that's not to say that Leap is not worth that price or anything like that, but free to play is the way to go with most shooters, especially now in 2022. I would say the only two games that are probably still surviving off of the retail model, and that's just because of how long they've been doing it and their reputation, are Call of Duty and Battlefield. And even these two games are getting beat down so hard right now that I honestly think the future is inevitable and they have to succumb to it. Like Call of Duty, they had to make Warzone. Call of Duty was in trouble without Warzone. Battlefield tried to launch itself as a retail-based live service, and it has been suffering ever since. They added a side Tarkov-style mode to it, and they didn't even launch that as free-to-play, which was silly on them when they've had that mistake before with Firestorm in Battlefield 5. They made the same silly mistake. Had one of the most amazing battle royales ever and killed it. And when it comes to Leap, right? Leap is making one other mistake that just really bothers me. And it reminds me so much of a certain game that looks just like it in aspects. You guys don't know what that game is? Let's take a peek real quick. Yeah, Hyperscape. Now, what do Hyperscape and Leap have in common right now? Alright, Hyperscape was a battle royale. Leap is a large-scale arena shooter. But both games in that sense were a similar thing. They're both large-scale arena shooters. The only difference is Leap is not a battle royale. Leap is a team-based game. Hyperscape had arena modes later on, but that was, to try and slow down its imminent death. But Hyperscape had this really silly mistake where they pretty much fully launched the game on PC and just tried to stick the console players into the mix last minute. And, the balancing was just terrible. It was off. And Leap is kind of doing the same thing because console has had no testing. It's in early access, strictly PC right now. Now, I know early access is a good thing for developers to get feedback and stuff like that. But my honest, true belief when it comes to shooters especially, if you launch a early access game, you need to put it in early access on every platform that you plan to have this game on. Not just one, on all of them. Now, a lot of people want to say, well, console makes things difficult for early access. I don't want to hear it. I have seen early access of many games launch on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. One prime example, Rogue Company. Rogue Company had an alpha, beta on console, and launched early access on all three of those platforms. Even as strict as Nintendo is, they launched early access on Nintendo Switch. So before anyone tries to come in this video and tell me it's not possible, nah. And not to mention, I am playing about 2 NDA alpha games on console platforms right now that I obviously can't talk about because it's NDA. But trust me, they're real. I'm just saying, especially if Leap, ends up being like a cross-play multi-platform game, because it's confirmed for PlayStation right now, but who knows, if they want to expand to Xbox or even Switch one day and stuff like that. The game needs to be balanced around all these platforms, and a lot of people make this silly notion of, oh, well, the PC version has controller support, so, that'll be fine. We'll make sure controller play works on PC, and then just port it over. It doesn't work like that. A controller experience on PC and a controller experience on console are 2 very different things. There's so many different settings and extra stuff you can tweak on PC compared to console. It's unreal. Now, granted, next-gen consoles will have a little bit more of a better comparison with a PC-like experience, but it still doesn't equal to it. And I've said this same thing. Another game suffering from this problem right now is Bloodhunt. They're currently releasing a more arena-based mode in their game, and I haven't got a chance to test that yet because I'm actually making this video the day before that patch comes out, so you guys will hear my opinion about that later on in another video. But I really just hope Leap decides to learn from some of these things that they're doing and get consoles involved sooner or later. Now, in a perfect world, I would personally like to see Leap go in a free-to-play format eventually, because I do believe this game has a ton of potential, and I believe a good arena shooter, especially on consoles, is something we could need right now, because there's not too many great ones out there. I would like to see balance, get console involved earlier, and maybe even take on a free-to-play or an easier business model to help more players, get through that barrier of entry that they have on the game right now. But that's just my personal opinion. Let me know how you guys are feeling about it down in the description below. In the comments below, I'm sorry. Are you guys excited to play Leap when it comes out on console? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like button. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.